Well, it is Wednesday and I am in the office. I have to go out to Bucks County, Pennsylvania later today, but did get some work done this morning with some clients and their families regarding matters that we have later on in the week. The matter in Bucks County, I believe, will go very well today, but it's later in the day. In the age of the virus, we are pushing things around and courts are starting at all different times of the day. So a little bit out of the ordinary to be having court after 2 p.m. today, but that's what we're dealing with right now. And I believe that it will go very well. Did come out with a blog article today regarding the pardon process in Pennsylvania. And I have to be up front with you. Our law firm really has never handled a pardon. And I put the blog article out there only because we receive so many questions about the process. And I want people to be informed, but I have never handled a pardon. My advice to people seeking pardons is to first explain the process and then encourage them to go visit their state representative or their state senator in the particular district, and that to start the process there. Because in that article, I detail who is on the pardon board. And one of the people on the board is Lieutenant Governor. And I believe that if a conversation hasn't at least been made with that individual by your representative, you're not getting anywhere. It's a political process. And while there are no strict eligibility requirements, I can tell you that if it's a victim crime, like some type of assault, the pardon process is going to be much more difficult. If it's a drug crime, I believe, or an illegal firearms charge, then we get into the age and what the person has done since the actual arrest and conviction. Remember that in Pennsylvania, if you're convicted of a misdemeanor or a felony, in most situations, you cannot have that record sealed, and you certainly can't get it expunged. The sealing process is reserved for things like DUI and very, very low graded misdemeanors, but even that won't completely remove the record. The pardon is a much different process. It requires an application to be submitted to the board reviews it, and then ultimately the governor will make the final decision. That's why I say that you should start the process by meeting with a politician and a person who's an elected politician who can get you in front of the right people. And also you need to put together a proper packet before you go off and enter this process. I would encourage you to look at your background, what you've done, and really build a packet that really has a strong chance of surviving. You can retain an attorney. Our law firm, what I've told people is before you come out and hire us and pay us a retainer fee, that you do the necessary groundwork of meeting with your local representative and assembling the proper packet. I will not represent someone who simply comes to my office and says, can you help me with a pardon? And it's clear that the pardon has no chance of getting past even the initial look by the board. So that's really it. The article is more for informational purposes to keep people from being misinformed and simply wasting money on a process that they may not necessarily be on target to survive in terms of getting what they want. So it's an informational blog. I encourage you to read it. It's a great article. We did come out with our podcast, our first episode of our podcast. We'll be coming out with the podcast regularly. I believe it's going to be great. We're going to have guests on the podcast. I'm going to talk about some legal issues further in depth than what I do on these videos. We tend to have the podcast run between 15 to 25 minutes. They may run longer depending on the guest and the topic. If it's something that I believe people will want to listen to, the topic will run a little longer. I hope to have some people who can talk about the latest legal events, and we can kind of draw in our own personal experiences as both attorneys and professionals in that space, not always attorneys, but healthcare professionals in some cases, and people in an industry that is possibly at the forefront of a lot of legal issues. And again, I hope to have weekly guests on the podcast. I think it's great for our law firm, great for our clients and our families, and it will provide value. But if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The website, gambonelaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. My books, my blogs, my videos are available there in one convenient format. We will plan on putting the podcast on the website very soon. Our technology people are working on that. But again, the website is great. It's probably the strongest website in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the state of New Jersey. It is a tremendous website. We are very proud of it. So once again, if you have questions, go to the website, gambonelaw.com, or please give us a call at 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll talk to you all very soon.